Are you stuck on the hamster wheel of creating new content all the time? You feel that pressure to be just producing new stuff every single day, and it's just too hard to keep up. Well, I'm going to show you a way that you can leverage your knowledge by creating something once and making it evergreen. And this will work across a lot of different formats, whether it's video or blog posts or emails that you are writing or something else. First of all, let's ask a few questions that are going to help you to create content that is easy for you to create and that is going to be valuable for your audience. That's going to be the shortest way for you to make some money from this. So the first thing, when we speak about the topic, we're going to ask, first of all, who is this for? Who cares? So the way that I like to think of this is ask myself, well, what are they actually asking me? So this is a real life person. I'm not talking about a customer avatar or you inventing, or a lot of people must be interested in this. Find somebody who is actually asking a real question and then answer that. When we're looking at who it is and what are they asking, find out why does it matter to them. Is this something that they're just curious about, or is it something that is really important that they're willing to spend money to get fixed, to be able to know how to do? And ask yourself, what is one quick win that you can deliver? One of the dangers with creating content, especially if it's more of a lesson plan or kind of a tutorial, is that you're going to overwhelm people. You're going to give them too much to do. So we're really going to make this very, very simple. And then we're going to ask, what is it that you can create? Now, for me, it's really easy for me to create videos with very little editing. But for many people, that's not the case at all. Some people really, really prefer to be writing or to be recording things like a podcast or audio or something like this. Now, you can do a video like I'm doing right now without you even turning up on screen. So this part of the video, you can't see my face. And so is this something that you can do, creating a very simple document and talking about that? So here are some very common options of things that you could create as possible content for your viewers or readers or listeners. Each of these, the way that I've got it is you've got a single topic. So you're just creating maybe one video, one short checklist, one blog post, one template. Something very, very simple that's easy for you to create. This does not have to put you on the hamster wheel of having to create the same thing every single week or every single day. Let's say a single topic, a single video, and let's say that you're going to put it onto your YouTube channel. Well, then that can easily be combined into a series. If I select that, I can now have a YouTube playlist with 3, 4, 5 videos in it, and they could be in a sequential order on a particular topic. And that could be around cooking or around guitar or around something technical or around how to write. Lots of different topics that you know from your investigation are going to be things that people care about. So this video that you're watching right now is around how to get off the content creation hamster wheel. I could also create a download. So this might be, a recipe for cooking something. It could be a lesson or a lesson plan. It could be a template. You've got so many different options. It could be a checklist. So many different things that you could offer as a download. And this is a free download, and so that's a lead magnet. It could be an ebook. There's so many different options here. If you don't do that, maybe you are used to writing social media posts. Well, maybe you could flesh them out a little bit into a blog post. And if you do that, once you create one, you could now create a series once again with a really specific aim at the end, so that you're not simply saying, come and watch this series and just subscribe to my newsletter or just follow my channel or follow my website. What you're really doing here is offering people a series of posts, and each post will really put them into context, so that if they haven't seen post number 1, they can always go back and you'll have a link back to post number 1. But if they jump in a blog post number 3, it puts them at least in a bit of context there. It says, well, as we saw in lessons 1 and 2, here's what we're covering here. Another way of doing this is through an email series. So instead of writing a single email to one person, you could offer a series on a topic that somebody has asked you about. You are asking them for their email address in exchange for you to deliver them, so that you've got something to deliver to them. By the way, if you want to do that email series, you could use a tool such as ConvertKit. That's the one that I recommend for creators. And that email series, if you want to, you can sign up for a free account of ConvertKit. It's free up to a certain number of subscribers. And you could use my affiliate link, which will give me a little bit of commission. It won't cost you any more. But if you do eventually buy the paid version of ConvertKit, then that will help me along. So the link, my affiliate link, is in the description to this video. The next one is a podcast. Now you might think, I can't do a podcast. It's going to take too long for me to set up. It's going to take too much effort. I'm going to be spending so much time doing a weekly podcast, and who do I interview and so on. Well, ask yourself, what is the simplest possible podcast, even single episode that I could create? And you might say, well, who's going to subscribe to that? It doesn't matter. It gets you confident in creating. It gets you used to creating a podcast, even if it's on your own, even if it's like a 5-minute recording. And then that also starts to give you content. And I'll show you how these combine. Obviously, there are many, many other options apart from these ones: video, download, blog post, and so on. But once you actually start to combine these, it gets pretty interesting. Because let's say that you have got a YouTube playlist and you have an email series. Now, what you can do, your email series can be little more than an introduction. Lesson 1, if you like, in your email series can link to the first video in your YouTube playlist. And the YouTube playlist can have a link to signing up for the email series. And so what that does is that combines your strength in creating videos with your strength in creating emails. And so people can come in through their landing page and come to your email series and then find the YouTube videos, or they can come in through YouTube and then get onto your email list. So too with a blog post. You could have a blog post series which links to the YouTube videos, and if you don't want to do videos, that's okay. You can link to the email series. So too, you might have a podcast. And you say, you know what, I'm going to do a podcast, and this audio, this link to the audio is going to be the content for my email series. Maybe you feel better, more confident talking rather than writing. And so the email series is really just a tiny, tiny script explaining, here is episode 1, here is episode 2, to get you this specific outcome. And now you can start combining more of these by including in your email series. So let's say that we've got your series on how to cook some magic desserts, okay, with chocolate. And that could be an email series combined with a video. Here it is, here's the demo. Maybe you won't do the podcast, but you've got the email series, you've got the recipe, and you've got the YouTube playlist. So what happens here is somebody might do a Google search and then come up to your download, or maybe come up to a blog post, okay? And what you're really doing here, don't get overwhelmed. What you're really doing here is you're saying, what I'm really good at is creating this, or I'm really good at dictating to people, here is my recipe. I can record that. That's really easy for me. I can record that even just with my voice. I can just describe, here is the recipe for cooking this meal or cooking this dessert. And then it can be repurposed into, well, maybe not a YouTube. Maybe you could have a YouTube showing you how to create this dessert, or maybe you say, I'm going to skip that part. All I'm going to do is have the blog series with the recipes. Hey, here is the recipe. Here is a little bit of an explanation of some of the things you need to be aware of when you're creating this. And then that can also feed into that email series. Once again, I'll remind you that I use ConvertKit, and ConvertKit as an email provider is a great way, especially if you're not so technical, then it's a great way of getting set up pretty quickly with setting up a series of emails. And so what we're really doing here is trying to mix and match according to your strength, according to what it is that you are good at, so that you can start to create evergreen content for your audience. Now, even if you don't create all of these at once, which would not be a good idea, if you get one piece of content, and that could be a video, it could be a download, it could be a PDF, it could be an ebook, it could be an email, a single email, and it could be a single episode of a podcast. In fact, not even an episode, but just a voice recording explaining something. If you just get that one thing set up, what that really can do is start to get you off the hamster wheel. You've now got something that you can share with your audience, and that will keep them coming back for more. And that could be a YouTube playlist. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you might like to do that right now. Or it could be an email series, or it could be something else. The idea here is that people want a quick win that you can give them, and if you do that, they will be grateful to you, they will feel indebted to you, and they may start buying through your affiliate links, or they start watching your YouTube channel. They may start building up that know, like, trust relationship so that they will come back to you for more. If you've found this helpful, I'll invite you to click that like button and to subscribe to my channel.